Welcome. Let's dive right in. To start, can you tell me in simple words, what is JavaScript?
JavaScript is a high-level, lightweight, interpreted programming language. It makes web pages interactive. For example, HTML gives structure, CSS gives style, and JavaScript brings life to a web page, like buttons that work, forms that validate, or animations. It's often called the language of the browser, but thanks to Node.js, it also runs on the server side.
Nice analogy. So without JavaScript, web pages are like...
Like samosa without chutney. Edible, but boring.
Fair enough. Now tell me, what is the difference between var, let, and const?
Good question. Var is function scoped, hoisted, and can be redeclared, which often causes bugs. Let is block scoped, hoisted but not initialized, and can be reassigned but not redeclared. Const is also block scoped, but it cannot be reassigned. It's used for values that should remain constant. In short, use let for values that will change. Use const for values that won't. Avoid var. It's outdated like an old Nokia phone. Still works, but not recommended.
Poor Nokia, but good explanation. Okay, what's the difference between synchronous and asynchronous in JavaScript?
Synchronous means code runs line by line, blocking execution until the current task finishes. For example, if one task takes 5 seconds, the next line waits. Asynchronous allows multiple tasks to happen without blocking. With things like set timeout, promises, and async await, JS can handle tasks like API calls or file reads while still being responsive. For example, if you order pizza, synchronous means waiting silently until pizza arrives, then only continuing. Asynchronous means you order pizza, and while it's baking, you watch Netflix. When pizza arrives, you get a callback.
Now I'm hungry. Good analogy again. Tell me about shallow copy versus deep copy in JavaScript.
Shallow copy copies only the top-level properties of an object. If the object has nested objects, they still share the same reference. For example, using object.assign or the spread operator, bang.ob, makes a shallow copy. Deep copy creates a completely independent copy, including nested objects. Changes in one don't affect the other. You can achieve this using structured clone, modern JS, json.parse, json.stringify, ob, or libraries like Lodash. Think of shallow copy like photocopying the cover page of a book. You miss the inside. Deep copy is like photocopying the entire book, page by page.
Nice metaphor. And I guess shallow copies can lead to...
Unexpected bugs, like ghosts haunting your code.
Okay, let's proceed. Can you explain event loop in JavaScript?
Ah, yes, it's the heart of JavaScript. JavaScript has a single-threaded runtime, but it handles concurrency using the event loop. The event loop checks the call stack, where functions execute, and the callback queue, where async tasks like timers, promises, API responses wait. When the stack is empty, the event loop pushes queued callbacks into it for execution. That's why JavaScript feels asynchronous despite being single-threaded. Simplified. Imagine a chef cooking alone. Orders, tasks, come in and are queued. The chef works on one at a time, stack. While waiting for a delivery, a sync task, the chef continues cooking other dishes. When delivery arrives, it goes back in the queue and chef picks it up when free.
You explain that better than most YouTube tutorials. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am. I try to mix coding with food. Both keep me alive.
Can you explain the difference between null and undefined in JavaScript?
Sure. Undefined means a variable has been declared but not assigned a value yet. Null is an explicit assignment by the developer to say, this variable is empty or has no value. So, undefined is JavaScript's default, I don't know yet, while null is the developer saying, there's nothing here.
So undefined is JS being lazy, and null is you being intentional?
Right, like me not doing chores versus me clearly saying, I won't do it.
All right, tell me, what are higher-order functions in JavaScript?
A higher-order function is one that either takes another function as an argument or returns a function. For instance, map, filter, reduce are built-in higher-order functions. They're powerful because they allow us to write cleaner, more reusable, and functional-style code. Let's look at the example below. Here, map takes another function as input.
Cool, so that means JavaScript treats functions
Like VIP citizens. They can be passed around anywhere.
Good. Now explain the difference between double equal to and triple equal to in JavaScript.
Double equal is the loose equality operator. It compares values after doing type coercion. Triple equal to is the strict equality operator. It compares both value and type, no coercion. So always prefer triple equal to because it avoids unexpected results.
Okay, so double equal is like a careless friend saying chalega yaar, and triple equal is the strict professor checking every detail.
Perfect analogy, ma'am. Exactly that.
All right, let's talk about closures. What is a closure in JavaScript?
Closures are one of JS's most powerful concepts. A closure is formed when a function remembers the variables from its lexical scope, even after that outer function has finished execution. Let's have a look at example below. Here, inner still remembers counter even though outer has finished. Closures are used for data privacy, memoization, and function factories.
So closure is like...
Like your school crush remembering you years later, they don't forget.
Good one. Okay, last one. Can you explain hoisting in JavaScript?
Hoisting is JavaScript's behavior of moving declarations, not initializations, to the top of the scope during the compilation phase, as mentioned in example below. Here, the declaration var is hoisted, but its value assignment stays in place. With let and const, hoisting still happens, but they go into the temporal dead zone, meaning you can't access them before initialization. So hoisting can be tricky if you don't know how it works.
So JS hoists, like pulling things up before you even need them?
Exactly. It's like your mom packing your tiffin before you wake up. It's ready, but you can't eat it until she gives it to you.
Nice example. I think I'll remember hoisting now. Great answers today. I liked the way you simplified technical stuff.
Thank you. I believe coding is serious, but explanations don't always have to be boring.
I agree. See you in the next round.